One day, as he sat praying during Mass, Saint Francis of Assisi heard a voice calling him, telling him, "Go, go out in the world, possess nothing, but do good everywhere." From the inspiration of those words and the vision of Bishop Raphael Angelo Palazzi, the Franciscan Missionary Sisters of Our Lady of Sorrows were formed in China in the year 1939. Bishop Palazzi, an Italian Franciscan, founded the humble community of sisters who to this day continue the tradition of living life in the spirit of the gospel imitation of Christ. This unique and culturally diverse order emulates Christ's example of poverty, simplicity, and self-surrender. Following the communist takeover, the sisters were forced to flee to Hong Kong. After 3 years spent as refugees, the order came to the United States, embarking on a variety of missions along the West Coast, then later in the Southwest, along with Canada. By 1958, after having expanded its missionary ministries in the United States, the community resumed its original missionary work for China by opening schools in Hong Kong, then later in Taiwan. The community of the Franciscan Missionary Sisters of Our Lady of Sorrows can be described as a beautiful glass mosaic. The sisters are a multicultural mix from many parts of the world who work in many parts of the world to serve the apostolic mission of the Church.
I'm from Phoenix, Arizona.
I am from China.
From Italy.
Hayward, California.
Vietnam.
Denver, Colorado.
I'm from the Philippines.
Like a mosaic, the many pieces combine to create the whole. The passion of the Franciscan Missionary Sisters revolves around prayer, service, and ministry.
I felt a calling when I was young. I always wanted to be a sister since I was about 7 years old.
The order adheres to the teaching of Christ in the Gospels, helps others while serving mission territories, and shows a special devotion to traditional ways.
Basically, it's their prayers.
I was always drawn to the Franciscan, their simplicity, a spirit, you know.
It's first the Eucharist, it's first God.
It's peaceful, and it seemed like I found something that I had been seeking for.
One of the many colors of this order is the attention shown to a woman's God-given talents.
When people enter, they bring certain gifts. A person finds fulfillment in using the gifts that they have.
We're open to a lot of growth, and we could do a variety of things.
I got my teacher's credential. I went to San Jose State. The community does encourage furthering our education.
In keeping with the order's diverse and multifaceted nature, there are many aspects to the missions performed by the sisters. Formal Catholic education is carried out in Hong Kong.
All in all, it's over 3,000 children every day that we take care of.
In Taiwan, the sisters provide safe hostels for working and student women. Care is provided for emotionally disturbed and disadvantaged Native American girls in New Mexico. Retreat work is performed at Our Lady of Peace Retreat in Beaverton, Oregon, and at St. Clair's Retreat near Santa Cruz, California. Parish ministry is performed in and around Vancouver, BC, Canada.
I took a careers class, and we took the Strong's vocational test. And I remember getting the results of that, and it said my highest interest levels with others was religious ministry. And I just laughed, because I never, ever thought of that.
The members of this order find their lives full of both challenges and rewards. Discernment was the biggest challenge for some, and they recognize the special issues facing women who choose the process today.
I tell you, for 3 years, I would cry, and I used to go to church. Even during my lunch hour, I would go to church and pray and cry, and because it's just a stressful thing.
In today's society, it's not
a glamorous thing to become a sister.
In any lifestyle, you've got to give up something. When you get married, you're giving up a lot to make a commitment. And that's the same thing with religious life, same thing with you decide to be single.
I don't think religious life is any harder than any other life. I really don't. Because no matter what you do, if you wanted to do well, you have to work at it.
Making that commitment is very scary.
People choose various careers. And it is a career, you know? It's a lifelong career with a capital V, vocation.
Each person will have to take a leap, and that leap will be a leap of faith.
I wanted to be a sister since I was young, and through all my elementary and secondary school days, always had sisters for teachers. So I just wanted to be like them.
Respectful of their rich religious tradition, the Franciscan Missionary Sisters of Our Lady of Sorrows are aware of the important role they play in the community and in the greater consciousness of society.
People get very discouraged today, and they need to see the witness of a religious.
The word witness is a very, very important word because people want to see the incarnation or the humanness of what it is to serve God.
They can say a lot with their habit that they maybe couldn't say with their word.
I don't think I would have chosen a community without a habit, basically because the sign of the witness is very important, and the sign of unification is very important.
The inside and the outside of me will manifest that I am a religious.
Like waves that form when pebbles drop in water, the purpose and spirit of the order radiates outward. The presence of the sisters is valued throughout the community.
Every day I'm here, every week I'm here, I'm more impressed. I'm just incredulous with the good things they do.
There's always people who come into our store who may be searching for something, and they're a reassuring presence.
When the sisters come into the classroom, that there's always they straighten themselves up a little bit and they kind of look at each other and they're excited to be in the presence of a sister.
I remember one really cute picture with Sister Angela line dancing with them. It was just really a stitch, you know, her habit was flying. And
one day, 3 of us during our lunchtime headed up for the chapel, and this priest walked up to us, you know, with his friends, and he says, "She's going to be a sister someday." And I went, "Who, me?" He must be talking to my friends.
Within each of the sisters' hearts is a deep devotion to prayer and meditation. Many sisters have been drawn to the order because of this special dedication.
Faith is a gift from God, and you have to nurture it.
spiritually you grow because you're dependent on God for everything. And so you form a closer relationship with the Lord.
If you really want to know someone, you need to spend time with that person.
Through participation in daily Mass, meditation, adoration, spiritual reading, devotion to Mary by daily rosary, and monthly and annual retreats, the sisters' prayer lives are strong and profound.
Every day as a religious, you're challenged to fall deeper and deeper and deeper, and maybe even madly in love with Jesus.
What these faithful women give in their devotion to service, they get back in spirit. The Franciscan Missionary Sisters of Our Lady of Sorrows are perpetually rewarded for their missionary purpose.
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus.
You won't find any more rewarding experience than to start out with nothing, completely dependent on Christ.
When I became a sister, I found out that what you give up, God gives it back to you 100 times over.
I feel that He loves me so much, which is I didn't find this inspiration before.
I didn't know you could be so capable of loving someone. I understand when St. Therese says my vocation is love. And I understand it. That's it. My vocation is love.
The need is still here, but the laborers are few.
All of us are called to be better than we are, and we're given the grace if we only accept it and do something with it.
There's just no end to the opportunities for missionary work.
I rely on God.
That's what a vocation is all about. You leave the world, so to speak, and you enter the world of God.
East meets West with the many pieces that comprise this beautiful mosaic of love and faith. The Franciscan Missionary Sisters of Our Lady of Sorrows.
What are you waiting for?
Be a part of the call to love and faith. If you are interested in more information about vocations or any of our missions, please call or write.